This episode of The Totally Rad Show is brought to you by Netflix. They've done it again with a fourth installment. Are we too scared to see Paranormal Activity 4?
Today in movies, we are talking about Paranormal Activity 4. We are big fans of the Paranormal Activity franchise on the show. The last one was a prequel of sorts set in the 80s. This one follows up the events of the second one.
Yes. There's a flow chart.
Yeah. Taking place right after the end of the second one. Spoilers for Paranormal Activity in general, probably. But
yeah, weird shit happens.
Yeah. The second one ended with, what's her name? Katie and a child and the family's child going off into the sunset. Or actually the darkness, the creepy darkness.
Yeah, the opposite of the sunset.
And the fourth one now follows those events many years later, right? Yeah, many years later. It's like 5 years later. And a new family in the suburbs encounters a creepy kid.
Henderson, Nevada, I believe it is.
That's right, it was Nevada, that's right.
Creepy kid?
It starts out, I thought it was going to be in the creepy kid, the demon seed genre, but it's actually more of what more paranormal stuff.
Standard paranormal activity.
Standard paranormal activity stuff.
Standard paranormal activity.
So, Alex.
Yes, sir.
What did you did not see this, the
second one was the only one that I didn't see.
Right.
Of the now 4, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, if you want to feel old, don't worry about Tom Cruise is as old as Wilford Brimley was in Cocoon, whatever. There's 4.
Yeah.
Remember Paranormal Activity, the thing that just came out yesterday? It's this brand new phenomenon. Yeah, there's 4 of them.
The difference is
the Tom Cruise Wilford Brimley thing still hits home.
Yeah, but the difference of that is they make one of these every 5 minutes. So it's not like it's been 17 years since the original.
It's been at least 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years isn't that long in the grand scheme of feeling old.
Yeah, we were at this big.
Usually you don't get the 4th version. I mean, how long did it take us to get Indiana Jones for?
Right.
We were at this big event last night, and the guy goes, "Are you guys gonna be here next year for Paranormal Activity 5?" And we're like,
"Yeah, right.
Here we go."
they take 5 minutes to shoot.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about these paranormal activities that the kids love these days. They do exactly what they are supposed to do, no more, no less. And what they do is really enjoyable. They do that note. They're not going to win an Oscar for writing, acting, cinematography, maybe. That's not what these are. What you're going to get is some fun, interesting things that happen that are scary as poop ton. And so the funny thing, bless you, the funny thing is I actually felt like there were less scary things that happened in this one than any of the other 2 that I saw.
Yeah.
But I was still tense. This one I felt
Fingers and ears.
this one I felt was way more taut than it was paranormal scares. And there were some paranormal scares. I mean, that's what this movie is. We're like, oh, creepy baby, what? That shouldn't be in the shot. Things like that.
Do you think it has anything to do with, since there's been 4 of them, they know what the audience expects at every moment?
Well,
and
did
they
the guys...
subvert those expectations, so they don't deliver on as many things, but they still keep you on.
That's how the series has always been, though.
I think the other thing too is, did these directors direct
the last
3?
One. Yeah.
They did, yeah. Because 3 I thought was really great at doing that same thing, and I think it's good.
Expectations?
Yeah, but also.
Keeping it tense?
It's anticipation.
Yeah, it's anticipation.
Anticipation is scarier than any payoff in these movies.
For the most part.
And they're so great at it.
I thought the end of this movie was great. I thought that it's so funny to see new ideas in these types of movies because it's sort of like, and they did this, in 3 they did that very well with okay, we're in the 80s, well how do you get a panning shot in the 80s? The guy ties the camera to a fan and it's like, that's a great idea, you know what I mean? And with this, they do something wonderful with the Connect, which I was so excited about. And every time that Connect shot came back, I was like,
Feels like it could have been sponsored by Microsoft, this one.
and Pop Chips, yeah. There was like 6 boxes of Pop Chips in the back of every shot. And then he was like, I'm gonna get a snack, Pop Chips.
I didn't really notice that.
Yeah. But it's great. It's great. You know what I mean? Like, these things, they could just churn these things out and I would still watch them and enjoy them because they are scary in what they do. And like I said, they do a very specific thing, which is awesome. They do it well. They don't do anything more than that, which I actually think is a compliment. Because they could easily get into, I mean, Blair Witch 2 is a great example. Well, now it's sort of found footage. There's some found footage, but
Blair Witch 2 was like,
yeah, a movie.
now it's not found
right,
footage.
exactly. But
Yeah.
it was like, yeah, that's not why we like Blair Witch. You know what I mean?
Right.
If Paranormal Activity 2 came out and it was all standard movie, it would be like, why are you not doing just the thing that you do so well that we love to watch? And that's why I think this has been
I'm
successful.
going to turn to Jeff with this, but don't you think it does go above and beyond, though, in the efforts to make you really enjoy the characters and their relationships? Whereas some other found footage movies,
I think this is the best.
horror movies, I'm saying, like, it's not just about the scares. There's a lot of time, especially in this
Yeah.
one, as you said, because there's less scares in it. Just getting to know the characters and them being funny with each other. And
Yeah, but that's all what we saw that in the first Paranormal.
That's true.
So
Very true.
it's giving us what we
just saying
love
the series
of
in
this.
general. I see what you're
It's
saying.
giving us what we love about this thing, but
Right.
just I'm saying no more than what you expect in a Paranormal
It's fulfilling
Activity.
its model that it's set up.
And that
Yeah.
is a great thing because what it does is amazing.
I hear you.
Yeah, it's amazing to me that, especially with the first movie, which at the time, as much as I loved the first Paranormal Activity, it screamed gimmick movie. It screamed, this is never gonna work again. This is a lightning in a bottle and
Right.
you can't go back to this well. And the fact that they've been able to go back to this well over and over again and it still works and it's still fun, I think this is by far the least, for me, enjoyable of the 4, but it's still really enjoyable. I think that the first 3 are a much higher level than this, but I still had a great time watching it. It's still really tense and fun. They show remarkable restraint with all of these movies in this series where they could really just throw a lot of stuff at you. And again, it is all about that anticipation. It's about leaving you on the precipice and going, oh my God, there's totally gonna be something happen. And they hold that shot and they hold the shot and they hold the shot and they go away and nothing happened. And it's like, I don't know whether to feel more comfortable or less comfortable. It's wonderful restraint, and the things that do happen, again, as they have been in all the series, are very small, are very subtle. They don't take the bait of going, well, we have a bigger budget, so we can throw crazy stuff at you. It's still what's creepy. It isn't a high body count. It isn't about the next crazy kill. It's about feeling like you're in this house with these people. The lights are out and you heard a noise. And everybody relates to that feeling. And to feel like you're right there with people that you know and you care about. And the other reason that it works for them to keep going back to this well, the reason that they can keep churning out sequels and sequels, is they don't have to figure out a new way for Freddy to come back and new kids to, they don't have to have a new storyline for Jason. The story that is being told over the course of these 4 films so far, each movie moves that story forward like a half step.
Yeah.
You get like 1 sentence more of the story. You get a whole bunch of buildup and 1 sentence more.
Also,
and so,
you don't need to know anything about any of that in order for this still to work on all the same levels.
You're absolutely right.
You don't need to know who the hell that Katie chick is. She's just a creepy ass chick that shows up.
But seeing the arc over the movies and finding out teeny bit more of the lore every movie, it allows them to have sequel and not feel tired because you're getting, it's almost like a comic book.
Yeah.
You're getting just a little bit more of that broad overarching story. I found the characters in this one to be my least favorite of the series. They were still fun to be around. I still had a great time. Again, as you said, that introducing that Connect thing was really clever and fun, and the visual is interesting.
The other thing that they did was there were a lot of scares during the day.
Yeah.
Which I actually thought was also very interesting.
Yeah.
Because for the most part, when it becomes daytime in a Paranormal Activity movie, it's time for you to relax, take your fingers out of your ears.
They've actually done that a few times in the previous movies too, and I think that's to their
Smart.
credit. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, first off,
Okay.
it's a great scary movie to see over Halloween. I mean, why?
But here's my
why
question
not?
to you and to you. Sinister or this? Because we raved over Sinister last week, and for
I
my
think
money, if
Sinister
you're only
was
going,
scarier.
if you're only going for one movie this Halloween, I'm gonna agree with you and
Yeah.
say Sinister.
Yeah. But if you like Paranormal Activity, if you like that, you know, cameras on the
You can't go wrong with
mantle.
Yeah.
There's also I think like the Saw franchise was for like, if you were like a senior in high school when Paranormal Activity 1 came out.
And you had that crazy experience with your friends.
You were the Saw generation. If you were a freshman that year, you were the Paranormal Activity generation, and that means that every Halloween you've been going with your friends to this movie, and this is like your ritual.
Yeah.
Sinister doesn't really have that. Like, there's something comforting, I think, to the kids about that.
Yeah.
I mentioned this
I
to
wish
you
I
last
had.
night.
My generation didn't have that.
You had the
We were in the
Scream
crappy
generation.
That's true. Yeah, I was a freshman when Scream came out.
Yeah.
Not as strong a.
You know what? You just bad
franchise.
time. Bad
I
timing.
mentioned this to you on the ride home last night after the movie. I love the fact that the scary monster in this movie is Katie Featherston. Is this woman who's usually just in her boxer shorts and a t-shirt? Like, but when she comes on stage, the audience is like, "Yeah, but it's just this lady who couldn't look more normal."
Yeah, that's the reason why it's awesome.
Yeah, there's no hockey mask, there's no burnt face, there's no scary accoutrement. Just a lady.
Yeah.
Just a lady standing there, and everybody's freaked out. I think that's a wonderful achievement.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Definitely worth a watch.
PA4.
All right, everybody, be sure to stick around. We've got outtakes from this lovely, effervescent week of filming. But first, our sponsors. Dan?
Netflix has more than 26 million members, and it's the world's leading internet subscription service for enjoying movies and TV programs. You can instantly watch thousands of titles on a vast array of devices, streaming TV episodes and movies like the 360, the PS3, all your Apple devices, the Kindle, the Nook. I earlier this week recommended the Judd Apatow series Undeclared. I had missed that when it initially came out. I'll tell you what else is on Netflix Instant.
What?
I didn't miss. But if you haven't seen since it aired, or if you for some reason never saw Freaks and Geeks, it is now all on Netflix Instant, so you can devour it. Or if your a new friend has never seen it, oh my God.
You'll look at all the people who've become movie stars and gone, look how adorable they were when they were young.
Just like, it's the same people went on from that series to the next. So as a Netflix member, you can instantly watch all of these things for one low monthly price. I cannot say all of these things and not think I should have said it again in Schwarzenegger's accent.
All these
things, this and that.
You can get Netflix for all of these things for one monthly price.
Do you think if they made an instant watch cereal, it would be called Netflix?
Netflix. There are no late fees or due dates, and there's a juicy prize in your Netflix. A little
decoder ring.
Yeah.
To tune in the bandwidth.
Be sure to drink your Ovaltine. As a new member and a TRS viewer, you can get a free 30-day trial membership.
Oh, yeah.
Go to netflix.com/TRS to get that free trial.
All right.
All right, you all ready for this?
Yes, I am ready for this. It's like fired up.
I got a fart. Hang on.
Please say that was recorded.
Yep.
Please say that was recorded.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. That's what we were saying to you.
I like how we pointed it outside. It's very gentlemanly.
Yeah.
He's a gentleman.
I'm trying to
He's a gentleman. You're a
set the
gentleman.
bar because some other of us on the show don't do what I'm doing right now.
You talking about
and I want to
Jeff?
establish a precedent.
Are you talking about Jeff?
Yeah, maybe talking about Jeff and others.
Are you talking about Mike? It's
I
probably
just
Mike.
knew that it was gonna.
You could just feel it
You could tell.
from the
It was
crate.
baking. You were baking.
I was
You got
telling us, I'm
crapped?
having I'm doing like a shake thing.
You're doing a shake thing.
Yeah.
What shake thing?
Shake
It's
weight.
the shit shake.
The shit shake.
Like
just
you
makes you
like
shit.
shake like this
Yeah.
and then you fart.
Yep. All right, get back in here, Poodleotomus. It's all gonna come with you. I don't know why you thought.
It might actually.
How's everybody doing?
Checking. I'm checking.
I know, me too. Here we go. Let's start rolling, and then we got a mic check
We've been
on the nose check. Here we go. Netflix, you ready? All right, here we go.
Oh God, little stuff came up. That was too much. It was too powerful. It was a verb.
I got both ends over here. Here we go. Keep your verb to yourself. Bam!
How do we do it?
Jesus! Ching ching! Wang! Wow! Ragazzi! Tall boys are the bitches.
I don't know. What do you got?
I don't know where to go. I got.
Netflix.
Victoria's Secret model and sleep with me. Oh my God.